July 27th. Once again, we have another MLB breakdown for you today. If you're watching this video on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. The way we do these videos is we're going to go through game 1 all the way through game 15, go through everything we can possibly find in terms of value, whether it's money line, total bases, whatever. And yeah, that's about it. So quickly, if you want to skip this section, at the bottom we are time-stamped all the way across, so you can see any game you want if you want to skip ahead. But we're going to jump into the 1 to 1,000 real quick. Oops, I just exited out of it. Clown move. There we go. 1 to 1,000. Oh, that is not it. Sorry, we are having technical difficulties right now. There we go. 1 to 1,000. It's also scrolling across the bottom of the screen here. This is just a fun challenge. This is just a fun challenge that I am trying to complete. To see how quickly I can complete it. Obviously, you have 1,000 days to complete it to be profitable, but we are on day 50, and yeah, we got to run 5 legs today. No profit boost, which is unfortunate. Makes it a lot harder if you don't get to do 4 legs. But hey, maybe we'll get lucky today. So this is the 1 to 1,000 slip that we're running, and yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into game 1. So game 1 here, Rockies, Orioles. The site that I'm using right here is called rudebets.com. You can see at the bottom of the screen, 25% off your first month using code RUDE. Highly recommend you guys go sign up. This is the best research tool for MLB, NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball when it comes to sports betting, because it is the only research tool that is giving you true probabilities being modeled out using data science rather than just saying, hey, look, this guy hits 2 home runs or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's not just giving you data, it's giving you actionable insights in terms of probabilities to be able to make decisions. So go sign up right now. Also, you'll help support the stream and support the YouTube channel by signing up. It is my business and full-time engagement to make sure that this site is performing as best as possible for you guys. Money line here, let's see. So this is what I'm talking about, right? What other site's going to give you probabilities for wins with fair odds so that you can compare it to the books? Not many, if any. Looking at the line right here, the Orioles are currently at minus 205 and the Rockies are plus 172, which means there is no value on either side of this line, as minus 182 is worse than minus 205 and plus 182 is not as good as plus 172 or plus 180. So there's fair value on this side really for the Rockies. Anyways, if we look at this game though, I kind of like this one a lot. I like this game a lot. We have some really good pitch mix ratings. Mickey Moniak's one of my favorite players overall for a home run today. Guy's on a heater. We have him with a 30% chance to hit a home run, which is plus 233 fair value. That's all this is right here. Home run probability, and then what are the odds of that probability? So 30% plus 233. So Moniak looks great today. Even Hunter Goodman looks pretty solid today. Yeah, even Hunter Goodman looks all right. I mean, his odds aren't that good, though, plus 285. But his probability at 20%, that's pretty high. I haven't seen him peek his head around in a while. But I really love Moniak today. On the other side, against Gomber, you got a few options here too. Tyler O'Neill, Ramon Laureano with a perfect 10 out of 10 pitch mix. Jordan Westberg. These guys all have really good pitch mix ratings plus really good home run probabilities. Ramon Laureano being a perfect 10 out of 10 is not what I expected today, but here he is. 4 home runs and 85 at bats, 1.80 total bases per hit versus lefties. His pitch mix, here it is. What does he dominate here? Curveballs. He's really good against curveballs. So, yeah, Ramon Laureano looks pretty good today for a home run. He's sitting at plus, well, his odds aren't that great, plus 290. There's a boost on DK where you can boost him into fair value. Jordan Westberg, though, plus 340. That's not bad either. So you got 3 options here for home runs on this side. And then for general props, yeah, I think Jackson Holiday could be good for general props. Same with Gunnar Henderson for a hit. Tyler Freeman for general props. Hunter Goodman for general props, as well as Mickey Moniak. So, yeah, we got some options in that one. Game 2, Diamondbacks Pirates. Game 2, Diamondbacks Pirates. We got Zach Gallen going up against Paul Skeens. So you're not going to take anybody on the Diamondbacks today. You're just not. But we do have the Pirates winning this game, minus 158. Honestly, I think that's a pretty good price. Twofold here. 1, you get a Paul Skeens start at minus 150, which isn't bad. 2, the Diamondbacks, I don't know if you've been watching their last 2 games against the Pirates. They are in shambles. They're seeing a bunch of their teammates get traded. Nobody looks like they care. Think about it. Think about if you knew you were quitting your job or you were leaving your job to go to a new one. When you went to work, would you really try that hard? No. And that's what these guys are doing right now. Like Suarez has some of the most uncompetitive at bats I've ever seen over the last 2 days. He knows he's getting traded. So, yeah, minus 150 for the Pirates is a really good play today. I also like O'Neal Cruz potentially for a home run. 21%. His odds today are plus 420. That's not bad. So, O'Neal Cruz for a home run is not a bad play. Schemes only have him getting about 6 strikeouts. And Pirates money line looks pretty good today. Game 3, Dodgers, Red Sox. Dodgers, Red Sox. Dodgers, Red Sox, we have a 54% chance that the Dodgers win this game, which is minus 119. There's no value on either side of this money line because this is minus 130 at the books and this is plus 110 at the books. So you're getting negative value on both sides. Shohei Ohtani for a home run. I like it. I mean, I don't like it. The price is terrible, plus 176 or plus 190 on DraftKings. But, it's positive expected value. I think it's a fair line for him today. He's on a red-hot heater. So, 41% chance for Shohei to go deep. If you don't want to take him for that, you could maybe take him for total bases, but still, it's going to be a 2.5 line, which is always hard. Mookie, no. Freddie, Freddie's okay today for general props, actually. I think Freddie has a pretty good game today. Same with Will Smith. And you could go Pajes, too. If we're looking at total bases here, I think Freddie over 1.5 total bases could be a pretty good line if you can get it in juicy plus money. On the other side, Alex Bregman would be the only guy here I like for home run. Maybe Willie Abreu as well, actually. Let's see what Bregman's line is. Alex Bregman's line is 420. I actually don't mind that. I think Bregman's line is pretty good for a home run, and Willie Abreu is at 400. Yeah, both those guys are solid for home run. Bregman being better and the best. If you don't want to take him for a home run, him and Jarren Duran look pretty good for general props as well, like hits, runs, and RBIs. Game 4, Phillies, Yankees. Rodon versus Wheeler. A good pitching matchup in theory, right? On paper, this looks like a really good pitching matchup. Phillies minus 127. So no value on either side of this money line either because they're minus 130 on the books. So I don't mind Schwarber for home run today. He's a little bit of negative expected value, but his 29% is pretty good, and his power versus lefties is much better than righties, actually. 2.32 total bases per hit with over 10% of his at-bats being a home run against lefties. So I do like Schwarber today for a home run. Bryce Harper isn't the best, but I could see Bryce having a good game. 16% chance at a home run is a little bit too much negative expected value for me to care. Yeah, I don't love it. On the other side, we got Giancarlo Stanton, plus 290. It's fair value for him for a home run. And Jazz Chisholm also is not terrible for a home run. But once again, these guys are going up against Zach Wheeler. He does give up home runs from time to time, but he's a very good pitcher. I would say I'd rather be on Stanton than Jazz today, but both of their pitch mixes are so... Well, his is really low. Giancarlo's at 4.9. That's not terrible. So yeah, Stanton for a home run's not a bad play for the Yankees. He'd be the guy that I would take on that side to hit one. Rodon, 6.5 strikeouts. Wheeler up to 10 today, I think, is a good play. I think you could take Wheeler up to, I wouldn't go all the way to 10, but if you want to take Wheeler over 7.5, I don't blame you. I think he'll get at least 8 today. Game 5, Blue Jays, Tigers. 50-50 game on the money line here, which means there's not really any value because it's minus 118 and plus 100, so nothing here either. Scherzer versus Flaherty. I think for general props, the Blue Jays are good today. I don't really love them for home runs. George Springer is the best here, 17%. Barger at 15%, I don't love. But George Springer's not terrible today. General props wise, though, I think Springer, Lucas, Barger could be okay for hits, runs, and RBIs. None of these guys jump off the page today, but they've been playing really good ball, so I could see a few of these guys. Alejandro Kirk, his pitch mix is pretty low, but has a really good batting average. Could be a decent hits, runs, and RBIs guy today too. Bellinger history, yeah, but I don't put a lot of value into history, man. I really don't, especially with that pitch mix this year. And this is in the last 3 years, right? If you look at history, anything beyond the last 3 years, it almost doesn't even matter. Even 3 years is a lot. You really want to look at the last 1 or 2. But the last 3 years for Belly, 1 hit in 2 at-bats. So he's 1 for 2. That's not a big enough sample size to move me, really. Plus this year, 1.94 on the pitch mix. I mean, that's terrible. So Wheeler's gotten he's outstanding this year, and yeah. Anyways, going to the Tigers, let's see. I do like Riley Green today. I think he's in a good spot. 6.16 on the pitch mix, 1 for 2 in this matchup as well against Scherzer. Good power metrics, due for a home run. You're giving you good odds too at plus 450, plus 460. So Riley Green for a home run is a pretty good play today. That really is a good play today. Gleyber Torres, nothing crazy. Hits, runs, and RBIs are pretty low on this side. Really, Riley Green's the only guy that I would target today against Scherzer. Torkelson's actually not terrible either, though. Plus 400, a little bit of negative expected value, but I don't mind Torkelson today. But I'm mainly on Riley Green. Game 6, Rays-Reds. Rays-Reds. We have the Rays minus 117. That's what their line is. So there's no value on either side of this money line either. Books are being stingy on this Sunday with these lines, or people are just really sharp today. People are sharp today, I guess, is probably the more likely answer. The lines are in really good spots right now in terms of fair value, which makes it tough to find an edge. Tigers in the mud for you to take anything. Yeah, I see that. I could see that. That's why I'm only going to take Riley Green today. He's on the 1 to 1,000. That's about it. Yandy Diaz, we called him yesterday. He's okay. Junior Caminero is the best option here for a home run, but his odds aren't great. Plus 280. I mean, it's a little bit of negative expected value, but I don't mind Junior for a home run today. I'll probably end up taking him as a negative expected value play against Brady Singer. Aranda for hits, runs, and RBIs is a really good play. I like Aranda for general props. Same with Yandy Diaz. Both of these guys for general props look good. And then Caminero is the home run option here. On the other side, Ellie's very, very due for a home run. I don't know that I want to take him, but he's very, very due for a home run. And then Austin Hayes. It's always just Ellie and Austin Hayes pretty much every day. Will Benson's not. He only has a couple lines out. He might not play. But yeah, it's really Ellie and Austin Hayes. It's kind of it. You could take either of those guys for general props too, but Ellie's so due for a home run. Ellie is so due for a home run. Game 7, A's-Astros. A's-Astros. Plus 103 for the A's. Minus 103 for the Astros. I guess the value would technically be on the A's as an underdog today. JT again against Colton Gordon. Brent Rooker looks good for a home run today. So does Nick Kurtz. I like either of these two guys to go deep today. Shea Langeliers isn't terrible. Shea's not bad. But I think Rooker's probably my favorite here. Kurtz is great on the pitch mix. He's just very home run or bust versus lefties. He's very home run or bust versus lefties. While Rooker has a pretty good average. So Rooker could be a good option for hits, runs, and RBIs as well today. I really like Rooker today. Multiple options. And Shea Langeliers for hits, runs, and RBIs would be a good option too if you don't want to go the home run route for him. I do like that. 393 batting average versus lefties. So he's a really good option today to hit around as well. So 3 options today on the A's that I really like. On the other side, I mean, Altuve looks okay. Yeah, Jose at plus 480 is not bad for a home run today. He's really the only guy on the Astros that I'd even consider taking. So A's money line has value. These 3 have value. And then Jose has some value. Game 8, Cubs-White Sox. Cubs-White Sox. We got minus 136 in favor of the White Sox today. So White Sox at plus 164 is a pretty good odd. I mean, that's pretty good. White Sox as a dog today, I actually kind of like it. I like it a lot at plus 164. Really big home run weather factor here in Chicago. Ben Brown has been atrocious against Grant Taylor. So it's an opener for the White Sox today. So, that makes it a little bit tricky to look at this game, but it is an opener. It is an opener. PCA, it's hard to really gauge home runs against an opener because we don't know who's coming in from the bullpen, so we don't know who they're going to face after basically the first at bat. If we're looking at just the first at bat, though, I mean, PCA has a good shot to hit a home run. Maybe Seiya. maybe Kyle Tucker. Any of these three have a decent chance. Even Bush, Carson Kelly. These guys all match up pretty well for that first at bat. But after that, we don't know who's coming in. We have no clue who's coming in. So can't really talk too much about the Cubs with being blind on who they're going to face after 1.3 innings. So tough. Really, you're probably only going to see the first four, probably only the first four guys will face him unless they start to hit around. On the other side against Ben Brown, I mean, like I said, he's been terrible, gives up a lot of home runs. Lay in Sosa at plus 650. I like that for a home run today. Lennon Sosa at plus 650 is a really good long shot. Colson Montgomery also is not a bad option. He's on a heater at plus 600. You got two long shot options for home runs today. Colson Montgomery and Lennon Sosa. I don't mind either of those. Both in the plus 600s. Talkman again yesterday. Yeah, he did go deep again yesterday. I didn't have that one. I had him 2 days ago, and that was good. But today, I like these long shots on the White Sox today in terms of Colson and Lennon. I'm not opposed to either of those. You could also take some general props for Lennon Sosa or Mike Talkman today. You think they're going to get hits, runs, and RBIs, but I do love the value at plus 164 on the White Sox today. Suarez goes today? No. Not against Skeens. No, we're fading everyone on the Diamondbacks. Also, they're not, he knows he's getting traded. If you've watched him, he's not even trying out there right now. So I would stay away from the Diamondbacks till after the trade deadline. Game 9, Marlins, Brewers. But yeah, Suarez is not taking Skeens deep, I don't think. I'd be shocked. I'd be very shocked. If he does, props to him. Another game with great home run weather, but really tough pitching matchups for both teams. Yuri Perez going up against Brandon Woodruff. Both of these pitchers have been outstanding. Outstanding. This is probably an under. 7.5. Yeah, under 7.5 total runs. On the money line here, Brewers are minus 180. I don't love it. I mean, Marlins are plus 152, so there's not much value there either. There's not really any value on either side of this money line. The under, though, is not bad. I really don't mind the under. The only guy who looks decent here is Stowers for a home run, 24% chance. Woodruff does give up some homers, but outside of that, he's been so good. These pitch mixes are so low. On the other side, same thing for the Brewers. Brew Crew redemption today. I know, man. They've cooled off on offense. I don't love our matchup against Yuri Perez. I really don't. No one looks good. So I don't know how runs are going to get scored in this game. If anything, yeah, I guess Marlins at plus 150 is the better side of the value here, but more so of an under game for me today. Just don't see much happening. Stowers for a home run. It's kind of about it. Woodruff for strikeouts could be good, though. But then again, I mean, dude, the Marlins are red hot. They've won 23 of their last 28 games. They've only lost 5 times in their last 28 games. If you watch their at-bats, they don't swing at anything outside of the zone. There's so many pitches the Brewers are throwing that are right on the edge of the zone, and they're just taking it. I don't know how. Shocked by the amount of runs in that game yesterday? Dude, the freaking Marlins are on fire. They're only swinging at balls that come right down the middle of the plate, and they're hitting it hard. They're not missing. It's impressive. It's impressive. I will give it to them. Credit where credit's due. The Marlins are taking some insane at-bats. Insane. It's almost like they know exactly what pitch is coming and where it's going. Because they don't swing at the bad ones, they only swing at the good. It's crazy. It's crazy. But that's a tough game to really find anything in. Low runs, probably. Game 10, Guardians, Royals. Brooker need to pick up Suarez and Miller from the A's. I would love that. I don't think we're going to do either of those things, though. We don't make moves at the deadline. The last time we made a big move at the deadline was 2008, CC Sabathia. But outside of that, we'll go get, usually we go get, just random-ass guys who are doing nothing. Where's this Guardians game? Why can't I find it? Guardians, Royals. 60% chance the Royals win, minus 126. I like the value on the Royals today. Cantillo going up against Cameron. 2 lefties. 2 teams that don't really do well against lefties. Jose Ramirez does pretty well for a hit or hits, runs, and RBIs maybe, but look at these pitch mixes. 3-0, 3-0, 0-0, 0-0, 0. Terrible. On the other side, 2-1, 2-3, 0-2, 2-3. Bobby Witt looks good today. These 2 guys look good today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Probably a low-scoring game. Probably these 2 do some work in terms of hits or getting somebody to score. I like the Royals on the money line in this game as probably the only real play outside of these two for general props. You could maybe go Bobby Witt for total bases today or Maikel Garcia for total bases today. I could see those being decent lines, but really what I like the most is Royals minus 126. So, Game 11, Nats Twins. We have Nats winning this one, actually. Yeah, Nats as an underdog is not a bad play today. Jake Irvin versus Travis Adams. I don't mind it. I don't mind Nats as an underdog today, plus 146. They're like the White Sox, where it's, a long shot, but there's some good value in it. All these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs look good today. Nats have not been hitting home runs, so you can't really take any of them for it. But they all look pretty good for hits, runs, and RBIs, specifically Abrams, Wood, and Garcia. These top three in the order look really good today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Over 1.5. They all do. On the bottom side here, Buxton's probably not going to play, so there's not really anybody to even look at on the Twins. If Buxton doesn't play, which I don't, at this point, it kind of looks like he probably won't play. Yeah, I don't think he's playing. He does have a couple lines out, but if Buxton plays, he's a good option. If he doesn't, yeah. I like the Nats to win this game today, plus 146. Game 12, Padres Cardinals. Cardinals minus 136 here. They're sitting at minus 126 on the line. That's not bad. It's okay. Cardinals money line is okay. It's a couple percent points of value, but not much. Kolek going up against McGreevy. McGreevy has actually been pretty good this year. I mean, there's not too much going against him. Tatis and Machado, both with low pitch mix ratings, but their hits, runs, and RBIs is okay. Outside of that, look at these. These are all really low pitch mix ratings. All really low. So, not a ton of value on the Padres today. On the Cardinals, I mean, Donovan and Herrera maybe for hits, runs, and RBIs, but these guys also don't match up that well. So I think really the only play here would be Cardinals on the money line. Neither of these teams have been really successful for player props either, though. Outside of Manny Machado, and that kind of been it. There hasn't been a ton going on either of these teams. Game 13, Braves Rangers. Braves, of course, I'm on the Braves money line, and they somehow blow a 5-4 lead in the ninth. That was fun, wasn't it? That was really fun, wasn't it? Benches cleared in this game yesterday? Yeah. This is just stupid, man. Braves really pissed me off. Rangers are minus 118. I'd take that money line all day. At this point, Bryce Elder going up against Leiter. I mean, even when the Braves are about to win, they still lose. Even when they should win the game, they still lose. Blowing a 5-4 lead in the ninth inning, man. It just drives me nuts. So Rangers at minus 118 has some decent value. I mean, Acuna looks good again today, but he just doesn't look like he gives a shit. Although he had two really good at-bats yesterday where he hit two balls to the wall that were home runs in multiple ballparks, just not the one he was in. So Acuna, he had one that was a homer in 16 out of 30 ballparks that was an out, ended up being caught at the wall. Then his next at-bat also hit to the wall in the 10th inning. So Acuna looks solid today. His home run odds, though, aren't great. He would be the best option here for a home run, but his value is negative expected. But I could see taking Acuna for maybe total bases or hits, runs, and RBIs instead today. On the other side, Corey Seager is the number one option for a home run here. His odds also are not great for a home run, but he has the highest probability. I'd rather take Seager or Josh Smith for hits, runs, and RBIs, maybe Marcus Semien as well. I do like the Rangers to win this game, though, so Seager could be a good play. Maybe even Seager for total bases today could be a better play. No, I don't know anything about UFC. Not a thing. I don't watch it. I don't like it. Game 14, Mariners Angels. I've tried to watch it a couple times, and every time I don't like the violence in it, man. I don't know. It's not for me. Mariners minus 164. I mean, there's a little bit of value in that. Nothing crazy. Logan Gilbert strikeouts is a line I really, really like today. Gilbert's been outstanding. Him over 7.5 is good. I think you could ladder Gilbert up to 10. He had 10 last game as well. Let's just look at his pitch mix real quick. Smacked on a Cal Julio 2-man last night. Yeah, we talked about both of those guys being really good options for homers. Yeah, that splitter is nasty for Logan Gilbert. 1.78 runs above average. So I do like Logan Gilbert strikeouts today. Cal for a home run looks decent today. Jorge Polanco actually looks pretty solid for a home run today, interestingly enough. Can't remember the last time I saw Polanco. He was really good for us at the beginning of the season. Polanco at plus 420 is not bad for a homer today. It's really not bad. And I do like Cal Raleigh as well. Arozarena's okay. His odds aren't great. His probability's all right, though. On the other side, nobody on the Angels really matches up too well against Logan Gilbert. Like I said, he throws that nasty splitter. Big strikeout number guy. Angels also strike out second most in the league. So I'm telling you, Logan Gilbert up to 10 strikeouts is if you want a lotto in this play, like a long shot, instead of taking a home run, I think you're better off taking Gilbert strikeouts up to 10, realistically. Game 15, Mets-Giants. It's another series that's just been pretty boring. Anything that involves the Giants is boring. Total runs probably under today. Let's see what the run line is, or total is. Yeah, under 8.5. I really like the under 8.5 in this game. In terms of the money line, there's a little bit of value on the. There's not much value. It's plus 122 for the Giants, so not a ton of value on either side of the money line in this one. I don't expect any home runs again. Negative 28% ballpark factor. Nobody really hits home runs in San Francisco anymore. It just doesn't happen. These pitch mixes are all really low on both sides. And like I said, we have a really low total run. So player props in this one are not really it. For me, I think this game is just taking the under if you want to do something for the Sunday night game. It's unfortunate because this is like the only, this is the only night game tonight, and it's just kind of a dud. It's just kind of a dud. And it's an opener for the Giants. So rough game. Definitely an under in my opinion. Not a whole lot else there. All right, let's just quickly look at the top-down rating. See who has the best pitch mix. Ramon Laureano with the number one rating today. 10 out of 10, perfect rating on the pitch mix. Tovar looks pretty solid with a 9.7. Kurtz with a 9. O'Hearn with almost a 9. James Wood with almost a 9. Bobby Witt. Buxton probably not going to play. Colson Montgomery, it's another guy. Like I said, I really like Colson today. Shohei, Will Smith. Got a lot of 8 out of 10s today. Got a lot of great matchups. Yeah, not a ton today. There's not a ton today. Sundays are always usually tough. You see a lot of good pitchers on Sundays usually. Generally, you see a lot of aces, which is what we're seeing today. There's so many aces today. Skeens, Wheeler, Rodon. There's a lot of them out there today. So, home run-wise, we actually have some decent probabilities here across the board. We got some decent options today, but not a lot of value. There's a lot of good probabilities, but those are already built into the lines, so there's not a ton of value. Moniak, probably my pick of the day for a home run, though. I'd say Moniak is the play of the day for the home run. In terms of the value and the probability, he's up there. He's really good today. Even Shohei with this probability is very good. So might auto fade Dbacks. Yeah, I think that Skeens minus 150 line is pretty good. Diamondbacks just don't look like they care. Their team's getting traded mid-game. Yesterday they had a player get traded out of the lineup mid-game. Like, those guys are just, they're not there mentally right now. The D-backs are not there mentally. So, yeah, overall, interesting day. We'll see how it goes. I hope this video helped. If you guys haven't subscribed yet on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on the YouTube. You can just look up Rude Bets, or if you're watching the video on YouTube right now, make sure you drop a subscription. Logan Gilbert for 10 strikeouts, Zach Wheeler for almost 10. I think you could do a Gilbert-Wheeler 10-10. That'd be a pretty good combo there. Yeah, good luck today. I'm going to get this video uploaded to the YouTube ASAP. I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.